Welcome everybody. It's the 7th of June and today I'm going to be giving you a prediction reading about the current energies and what's happening in this global madness and awakening that we're currently going through. So I'm just going to close my eyes and we'll just get started. Gosh, I'm getting that people's feelings are being lost in all of this. We know that their feelings are rising up. I talked about that yesterday. But their feelings, apart from overwhelming people, this is probably a lot of the people waking up. Not so much for you if you're watching my channel. This is something that we're observing. These people's feelings are just rising to the surface, but they're being lost in it all. So it's almost like people can't get that clarity with their feelings and their emotions because it's this, I guess we could say they're probably on the a roller coaster still, some of these people that I talked about yesterday. Their feelings are now like up and down and up and down. So they're fed, for example, they're fed something on the media and they know that brings out the fear response. They're talking about the 5th jab and all that stuff now and how, the jabs aren't working with these particular variants. It's the same old story. So their emotions go to fear, but then they also drop because they feel that dread I talked about yesterday as well, those feelings of dread and depression, like for their future moving forward. It's that grief of losing their old life. So they're having these like highs and lows and these big swings in their feelings. So their feelings, I feel, are very lost. It's showing me that sort of tornado energy again, like this is the people waking up. Their feelings are being swept up in this big tornado, and they're all over. They're all over the place. Sorry, my low power mode. They're all over the place. It's making it really hard for them to get a handle on their emotional feelings and the way that they're experiencing this part of the journey. This is the people waking up. As we knew it was coming, they've got feeling overload. So their emotions are it's just getting too much. I said this weeks and months ago that this was going to get too much for people because it's coming at them, and that's where we're at now. Their feelings and emotions are just in a world of hurt, pain, and I would say total chaos now. I'll just see where else we go with this. And the guides keep saying like this is the procedure, like this is what has to happen. People have to break down in order to rebuild themselves as the phoenix rising. So that's the image that we get around this waking up process. And it's also, I talk a lot about these government leaders and the people in charge who are running all this agenda. They want to break people down because they think by breaking people down, that's how they're going to rescue them and give them all their great, wonderful advice and help and guidance. That's government, and we know how well that goes. But see, what they're forgetting is that these are spiritual breakdowns, and so people are finding their own inner strength and their own power to stand up against government. And this is why we keep getting this pushback from people, pushback from government, pushback from people, pushback from government. I'll just see what else we get today. Yeah, I just get that it's a power battle. We're now in the big power battles. It's saying there's like, we talk on here a lot about the two tribes, like battling this out a lot on my channel, but there's tribes everywhere now that are battling with their governments. And gosh, we've even got now a shipping strike somewhere in South Australia. The shipping people who build, I think it's warships and that in Australia, they're protesting now because they want more pay. So this is everybody. Every aspect of people's lives is being greatly affected. But like I keep saying, the elites are strengthening and building their power, especially when it comes to money, but also control. As we know, for you guys in Canada, you were probably the first to roll that out. But I tell you what, we're not far behind here in Australia. And so that's what I'm getting. There's this rising of people. It's happening. People are rising. They're finding their inner strength. I'll just see what else we get today. I'm just getting that this is a global crisis. People are feeling downtrodden. They're exhausted. they're starting to feel like they're being fed garbage. Oh, God. Oh. They're smelling a rat. Things aren't adding up. And this is what we need. We need them to see the truth. That's why this has to be a slow process. I keep saying it. I know it's frustrating for all you guys watching my channel. We just keep going, wake up, everybody, and we're willing people to wake up. But they are. You have to trust in this journey that they're waking up. They don't have confidence in their government now. They can see that the leaders are being too demanding, and they're asking too much of people now. See, they're seeing it. I told you that the veils had lifted and the rose-coloured glasses that these people in the mass psychosis had thrown off a long time ago. Well, most of them, not all, but most. And they're seeing the truth now. They are seeing this for what it is, the lies and deception and the BS that they've been getting fed for 2.5 years. This is happening. People are really standing up now. Oh, gosh, I'm getting that there's more and more people living off grid. People are determined to make their own lives. Gosh, I think this would be for us, wouldn't it, out there? All us that are trying to rebuild our new life over here and live in some normality. That's definitely happening. People won't be coerced anymore. And this is the people waking up. They're not going to be coerced because we've got to remember they're not in the mass psychosis anymore. We've moved beyond that. That was the initial drop of subliminal messages and things that were sent to these people through visuals and just repeating things. We know that now. But now they're standing up and they won't be coerced. Because people are seeing the truth. You've got to remember that people are seeing the truth. People know what's going on. It's just being more and more highlighted that this is a big farce and a money-making experiment, which we know it has been. Anyone watching my channel, we know it's been a big, giant experiment. But now these people are seeing it. Oh, it's showing me. Now it's showing me. Oh, gosh. It's showing me now that we're in this laboratory and we're like the, oh gosh, this is you watching my channel. We're like these, what do you call them? We're like the freedom fighters, but we're the ones that sneak in at night into the lab and let all the animals out. So we open up the cages and we let all the monkeys out and we let all the guinea pigs and we let all the mice out of this experimental lab, and we're helping opening up the cages. And that's what we've been doing for the last 2.5 years. We here on my channel and a lot of other people around the globe have been planting seeds, watering our information to try and share it with other people to help to wake them up. So that's what they're showing me. Here I am in my black outfit as well, like little burglars going into these big labs, these big high-tech labs where they're experimenting with all the jabs and doing all this stuff, and we're rescuing everybody now. And this is the analogy that they're giving me today. All that work that we've done, we're finally being able to sneak these people out of the cages, and it's what do you call them, animal welfare kind of people, where we're looking out for these people, because really we did not plant all these seeds, put all this stuff on Facebook, get fact-checked here on YouTube and wherever you're putting your information. We didn't do that just for ourselves. I mean, we did it because we felt it was the right thing to do, because we could see what was going on and we knew others couldn't see it. We did that because we cared about people and their health. We know their immune systems are going to drop. These spike proteins are going to have a big impact on these people's immune systems. And like I said the other day, they might not realise for another year, till that sort of flu season and all that comes around and they've had CV maybe for the 3rd, 4th time. Who knows? I don't even know. Nobody knows really, because gosh knows what they're putting out there sometimes. But that's what our job has been now. No one can see us because we're in black, which is appropriate today because we're in black. And we're just in the background, but we've snuck into these laboratories. And this is all you guys watching my channel. And we've let all these people, well, animals, we'll say, experimental animals, And we've let these people out of their cages, and that's why they're starting to wake up, and that's why they're able to get out and find out about the information now. It's like I keep saying this week about the cattle yards, that the gate's been pushed open and all the cattle are just now free range because they can get to the information. And that's just an analogy, but they're able to roam free, enjoy they've had a taste of freedom. We know everyone's had a taste of freedom. And now even here in Australia, and I know where you guys are living, they're talking about mask mandates again. They're talking about, oh, you have to have this or you're considered unvaxxed if you haven't had more than 2 jabs, and then it'll be 3, 4. We know how it goes. Gosh, on my channel, we know what's sort of coming most of the time, don't we? So this is what I'm getting. We're like these black people who snuck in, and it's about that being anonymous and inconspicuous and people not noticing. But meanwhile, we've opened all the cages for them, and so they're able to run free, all these lab experiment animals, meaning the people waking up, and now they're able to roam free and get the information. And I can tell you right now, and I said it the other day, probably 3/4 of those people waking up, they don't want to go back to where they were before, because they can see the stupidity of all this and how it hasn't worked. They've all had CV, they've all got sick, they're all just overwhelmed, their life's going down the toilet, not to forget that either, that their finances are being really targeted now. We've got the green dramas and carbon emissions dramas and everything. It is too much coming at these people for them to not see it. Gosh, we're still sitting back like having a giggle at all this, really. I tell you what though, I went shopping yesterday, and I know you guys would be experiencing the same things. The cost of groceries, it is really getting like that bad. I used to go shopping and not really think too much about it. Now I'm looking for all the sale labels, and I'm sure you guys are too, because it is really adding up, and it's everything. It's not just fruit and veggies, it's everything. So these people are seeing, hang on, what's going on? And not to forget, like I said here, the old parliamentarians are still jet-setting around the globe, and we're not even allowed to supposedly drive our normal cars for much longer, and we have to get electric cars. But we do have a lot of questions. Well, not us, but these people waking up have a lot of questions, because why is this all happening? So all those seeds that you guys planted and all that information that we were sharing, we planted those little seeds in people's minds, and they are having their light bulb moments. And I keep saying that to you because they're going to look for the light now. They just are. I'll see where else we go with this, if there's any final messages. People are. I said it early in the week. People are grief-stricken. They're not coping. You know when you get hit with grief really bad and it feels like you're broken inside? I know you guys have experienced it. If anyone has gone through the dark night of the soul, which I know a lot of you have, it is like you're being broken apart, and your insides are being ripped out. Grief can be one of the most painful processes. You could collapse and die. It can be that painful. Well, these people are going through that now, and that's their soul awakening process. They're going through that trauma, that difficulty of putting one foot in front of the other. And like I said, it can take people down to depression, some terrible, terrible states, and it's hard to get yourself out of those dark places sometimes. Not all will go through that, some won't, but a lot of these people are now going through that real, it's a panic, it's an anxiety, it's an overriding feeling in your body. Like I said, I talk a lot about the contraction of your body, and how now that we're all living here, sort of, we call it Terra Bella, our beautiful earth, and we've found that happier, more fun-filled place of music and joy and nature, we've managed to open our bodies up and find that calmness, and that we're able to breathe. A few of us meditate, bushwalk, do things like that help open up our chest. Well, these people are having to learn how to open up again and enjoy their life, because they can, what's the word? Contracted is the word that I'm looking for. I'll just see if there's any final messages for us today. God, they're showing me this earthquake energy. So it's a huge earthquake and the earth has opened and people are just falling in. They're just falling in. And you think of an earthquake, if anyone's been through anything like that, or a tremor or anything like that, it's a very frightening experience because it feels like no one has control and it feels like the earth's going to open up. I know when I was a kid, I used to have a real fear of earthquakes. I saw it on the news one time and I went outside and I actually vomited. I was so frightened. But this is what they're feeling now. These people waking up are seeing all the enormity of that, almost like a tsunami, like I said, which an earthquake can often cause as well. If there's an earthquake out at sea, as we know in like Thailand and Japan, they can cause this overwhelming tsunami. And that's what's happening with all these people waking up. They're being hit by the tsunami and they feel like the earth's going to open up and just gobble them up. That's how they're feeling. They're that overwhelmed. So I'm going to leave you with that today. We're not overwhelmed. If you're watching my channel, we're having joy. I'm off to the gym. I don't know what you guys are doing. Let me know down below what you're up to today or tonight or whenever I post this video. Have a great day, everybody. Take care. I'll say goodbye from Australia. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the like buttons. Hit the notification as well so you know when I pop up. And I will say goodbye from Australia. Take care, everybody. Go and enjoy Terra Bella and do something fun and uplifting today. Bye, everybody. Bye.